Hi everyone, very sorry about my absence. My job has taken up more of my time than I had expected. I do like it, but I am still recalibrating. But I do think about you guys all the time and want to get back to doing these readings. I want to, my New Year's resolution, I want to get back into YouTubing because I miss y'all. I miss the community. I miss the love. So this is going to be a November reading. I know I missed November. So I'm going to have my cake and eat it too. So for those of you who are watching it now in December, this is just like the current vibes. And for those of you who are watching it next November, I got you. I fooled you. But I have 11 cards for 11 months. I just got things happened and I wasn't able to get to November readings, but I wanted one for next year. You know what I mean? So yeah, some of you, this is way past November, but it'll make sense next year. Anywho, we have 11 piles to choose from. I want to be up front. The last pile 11, that's going to be exclusive to Patreon members. So, you might want to choose in this range, or for $2 a month, you can get free readings like that. Okay, so we have 11 piles to choose from. We have pile 1 with the Rhino. He fell off of a keychain. He's very cute. I need to sew his little butt up. He's cute. Pile number 2, Godzilla. Godzilla. Pile number 3, Mickeymousc. And if you picked pile number 4, you're a freak. Because this is a chewed up baby doll hand. So, yo, weirdo. And then pile number 5, we have this galaxy magnet that my friend Kayla got me. Pile number 6, we have a Hello Kitty toothpaste topper. It's holographic. Very of the future. For pile number, is this 7? Yeah, 7. We have this pink agate. Beautiful, beautiful. For pile number 8, we have the silver heart. Came off of a locket. 2 hearts beat as one. Pile number 9. This butterfly. It's a nail file. Cute, huh? And pile number 10, we have this seashell. Pile number 11, again, this is only for Patreon members. We have the rose quartz. Very beautiful. I don't know if you can see its full majesty in the camera one of these days. So I'll let you make your pick. Let me refocus this guy. Pile number 1, we have your Rhino, and he wants to say generosity. We have Archangel Raphael. I am helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer. Some of you might be taking care of someone who's sick, a family member, or a child, a spouse, a parent, but with this generosity and physical healing, you might be taking care of someone, or someone might be taking care of you if you're sick. So this is kind of making me feel like there's some sort of like bedside manner attached to this, and the bedside manner is going to help you connect and bond with this person. We also have appreciate this moment. Very sweet. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. So if you are having to take care of someone who's sick, maybe even for some of you, someone who's dying, I feel like you are cherishing the last few moments you get to spend with them, and you're trying to get them as healthy as possible. I also want to say that if you are experiencing physical challenges, generosity is going to lift your spirits and sort of lighten the load, so to speak. But appreciate this moment. This talks about like how precious life is and how, it can be gone in a second, and to really value health, because whenever we don't have it, we depend on the generosity of others, right? We are not like helpless necessarily, but we like are slowed down, so giving and receiving that care and that healing that we need from other like humans, it's hard for some people, they want to like be independent. They think like, I can get this myself. So there can be challenges with that, but with appreciate this moment, I feel like appreciate the small little moments you get to deepen your bond with this person. We have justice reversed. Some of you, I hear like a car wreck, or like a workers' comp thing, like you got hurt at work, or it's like something about this isn't fair. Justice system, right? Or like you got hurt somewhere and there's like a court case and they're not hearing your side, and yeah. I have 8 of Swords reversed. This talks about so I feel like if there is some sort of injustice that is surrounding you, I feel like you are super zen right now, because you're sort of freeing yourself from the stress of a court case or the stress of like legal situations, and focusing on what matters, knowing that like God is the one who gives the ultimate justice, right? Like sometimes it seems like things are unfair in life, and then like I swear like God has a sense of humor sometimes, and then like things like happen like that, and then like karma, catches up to that person. So just you wait, okay? But I think you're like not even affected by anything like any sort of unfairness, but like others around you might feel like something was unfair. Let's get 3 more cards for you. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of waiting. And the 4 of Cups again, but this is like different meaning for me. And the Lovers. During this time, you could find moments where you're a little bored and sort of dreaming about like, I want to hook up with this person, but I'm taking care of this old lady. Or like, if you're like sick and you're like physically ill, it's like, I don't want to be babysat. I just want to like be young and in love again, So I feel like there's these moments where you're just a little sick of having to wait around, sort of being it's like sedentary, right? It's like maybe you broke your leg or something, so you can't walk, and so you have to like rest, but you're used to like, you might have been a runner or something. So it's just like this stillness that I feel like you might feel frustrated by. But with this appreciate this moment card, it's like there are moments where you are generous. You and this other person that you're taking care of are generous with yourselves, right? And with your heart. And so, again, like you are deepening a bond with this person you're taking care of. And I do feel like it might even reveal things about this love that you have, or this love that you want. I feel like with the Lovers here, this is more like an ideal of love, right? Like your perfect love, your happy ending, like your ultimate like fantasy, whatever that is for you. And so like you may catch yourself sort of like daydreaming off into these like perfect love fantasies, but I feel like in this exchange with this person, you're gonna like learn sort of what true love actually is or whatever. Or whatever. So, like, and such. Okay, but yeah, just appreciate this moment because it's like, it may look like a dry desert, but it's actually, it has a lot of growth in this moment. Let me know if that resonated. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading, check the description box below. Bye. Pile number 2. What do we have for you? We have Godzilla and nature. Grace and Antoinette, to help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. And we have patience, love is patient, and, excuse me, have patience, love is patient and kind, always. And it's a sweet little girl. She's on a lily pad. It's very cute. So the feeling that I'm getting from this is someone had a fight and someone stormed out, or you feel like slamming the door and, you know, going out into nature, taking a walk. And I do feel like this is going to serve you if you're hot-headed. If you are in an argument with someone and they do this, then this is their way of like cooling off and like sort of protecting themselves against saying the wrong thing to you, right? So, if someone flees like that, just try to see their perspective, that they're, like, try to have patience with them, that they need, like, space, right? And this could be anybody. Like, I'm feeling, because we're around the holidays, this is going to be a family member, but it could be, like, seriously anybody in your surroundings. But there is an argument that takes place, a fight that takes place, and someone flees, and I feel like patience is needed because that's just like their coping style, right? Let's get some more information on this. This is very interesting. It could be like fights at like Christmas dinner, could be a fight with your husband, anything. Fight with your friend. Uh-oh. You blew out my candle, Shuffle. We have the Chariot, Cancer energy. We have 3 of Swords reversed. And we have the Ace of Cups reversed. So, yeah, I feel like with this Chariot, someone might drive away. Excuse me, I'm going to relight my candle. Can't go without it. So they might have gotten in the car, either, like, taken a walk or gotten in the car. But, again, this is that energy of just, like, running away, driving away, right? And I feel like something was said that was like something it's actually like an old wound that this person has that I'm not going to say it doesn't matter anymore, but it's like it's already healed, and maybe the fight was like a low blow, thinking like, I know this person's weak spot, you know? I know this person's wound, right? Their, like, sensitivity. But I feel like this person was hurt with this Ace of Cups. Hurt because, like, the fact that that other person would go there, right? Like, whatever was said, it's like it doesn't hurt them now, but it used to hurt them in the past. And so the fact that this other person would use it to, like, against them, hurts more than, like, the actual thing that used to hurt. Are you following me? God, some of the things that come out of my mouth, I'm like, how did they get it? How did they understand? Please let me know if you are following this. So, I feel like once this person leaves, once this person, like, drives away to clear their mind, there's going to be some unrest. There's going to be, like, sleepless nights. And I feel like it's going to be on both parties. Like, both parties, whoa, that was so cute. Like, both parties need to work together. because they're both miserable without like this fight being resolved. Cute. Oh, cute. We got the Chariot twice. So strong Cancer energy. There's also, if you are watching this in December, there's a Cancer new moon. Yeah. And we have the moon here. So it could be around that time. But someone makes a decision to sort of drive back, right? There's like two chariots here. Because there's too much like unrest without, it's like we need to put this to bed, right? The Four of Swords is a card about going to bed, going to sleep, resting. And so this is like, let's put this to bed, right? I can't like have this like out in the open and not talk about it. And so a choice is made to sort of take off the blindfold, see things from someone else's perspective, and then drive back. Whew, I hope that makes sense. Interesting reading. Let me know. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Pile number 3 with Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. We have Vitality, love it. Fighting off colds. We have Athena. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. I'm laughing, I'm sorry, but Athena is a card about being a strong woman. It's about having like masculine traits, and so others can be threatened by that. And so with this Vitality, I'm just like kind of feeling like some of you are moms who are like taking care of your whole household who's sick, and you're like strong, like superwoman, like you're probably sick too. And like I'm just seeing like your like husband being a baby, right? It's like a superwoman type of energy. And so I don't know, I'm just like thinking about how sort of resilient like women are and like how powerful they are in that way. Let me know if that resonates. Oh, it also says show simple acts of kindness. A small act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. Yes, so I feel like the more you take care of the people you love, the more powerful you feel, because you do feel like this superwoman, right? Gosh, sweet message, guys. Okay. Gosh. We have the Hierophant, so this could talk about your marriage. Everything looks fine. High Priestess, yes, so more like goddess energy. I'm liking this pile. One more card for pile number 3. Okay. We have Death Reversed. So I feel like this is actually you like dodging death, like cheating death. Like everyone's like laid out and you're like, you know, breezing through it. Okay, let's get 3 more cards. Tarot was funny. I didn't know what to expect. This is just the message that needed to find you, and this is what I'm coming up with. Okay, okay. This is what Tarot wants to say. One more shuffle. Chariot came out again, Knight of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. I also want to say we have several signs here. We have Taurus, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but I would focus more on the others. Okay, so I feel like the people you're taking care of are foolish and impulsive. And they would be lost without you. The Knight of Wands is a little like reckless, and he is impulsive, right? He has this like fire in him, right? So he just sort of like acts on instincts and acts on like whatever his body feels at the time, right? And so he's distracted a lot. With this Two of Pentacles, it's like shiny object syndrome, right? And so you're sort of this person who, the Chariot can talk about maneuvering two different energies, right? So we have the black sphinx and the white sphinx, and it's like they're going in two separate directions, and so the driver of this chariot has to be in full control of his reins to drive those sphinxes forward. Also, if you think about like Cancerian energy, I'm seeing this with the Two of Pentacles here. There's a lot of emotion in the background, right? And so it's about like taking control of your emotions, and sort of like having the reins over the emotional temperature of your family, the emotional temperature of the people you take care of, right? The people that you show these acts of kindness to. Wow, that was really profound. Gosh, that was unexpected. Thank you, pile number 3. Let me know if that resonates. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. Okay, pile number 4 with the freaky hand. Y'all are freaks. My dog chewed that up, by the way. Positive thinking. Crystal, have faith and hope because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. And we have be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. So, I have a feeling that you might be dealing with someone who hasn't shown any progress, or you are expecting more, like you're not seeing the progress that has been made. But if you look at like this on top of her head, when you grow plants, roots grow into the soil, right? And we don't see those roots. We don't see that growth that's going on beneath the surface. So I feel like you might be dealing with a person who has a lot of growth underneath the surface, and it's just now starting to bear fruit on top. And so you might not see this person as like yielding the results you want, right? Like yielding that crop you want. But I feel like there is a lot more going on behind the scenes than what's being shown on the exterior. I also want to say that with this be supportive, this is like roots, right? This is like root systems planting down into the dirt so that they can anchor themselves into the soil, right? So that they can get that support. So if you need to be supportive to someone, then try to think of it as this is growing, this is building roots, right? And have patience and faith. This says something new is on the horizon. And so it's like you might see something flat again, but something underneath the surface is happening. The sun is coming up underneath that flat horizon, right? Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say. One more shuffle, guys. We have the Tower, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Five of Swords. Strong Scorpio energy, could also be an Aquarius, but it could be you or someone else. The Tower it makes me feel like something being pulled from the roots. We were talking a lot about this growth underneath the surface, so being pulled from the roots. And I feel like if this happens in some way, however that speaks to you, I immediately, when I said pulled from the roots, thought like custody battles, divorce, separation, you know, how to like what's best for the kids type of situation. But, you know, it can mean other things too. But if this were to happen, if you were to pull that from the roots, I feel like this person would shut down and not argue at all. But everyone doesn't like the Five of Swords, right? They say, oh, it's fighting, oh, it's bickering, blah, 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 blah. But you have to go through conflict to get to the Six of Swords. You have to like have those tough discussions and work things out and agree and compromise, right? To get to that Six of Swords. So the Five of Swords is not anything to fear, but whenever like there is a conflict before roots can be put down, and like the Tower, it also talks about roots. It talks about firm foundations to stand on, right? Like not having firm foundations. So in natural disasters, your house falls down. So again, that's about support. That's about roots. That's about foundations, right? So if something were to be like, if something destructive were to come in before that root system was planted, before that support system was put in, before that foundation was put in, then it wouldn't have worked anyway, right? So I feel like whatever this is speaking about, it's like there needs to be more patience in regards to, again, what's going on behind the surface and the foundations that are being made within this person, right? And that could be with or without you. But the Five of Swords reversed, I'm feeling like this person is shutting down and avoiding conflict. And like I said, we don't want to avoid conflict, because when we avoid conflict, we're going back to the Four of Swords where there's boredom, complacency, right? And so we can never move on to the Six of Swords where we are saying bye-bye to our problems, right? We are sailing free. So we need this Five of Swords to get to the end, right? You can't like skip a level in a video game. You have to go through that conflict. But this person isn't going to go through that conflict until they feel that support within themselves, until they feel that foundation within themselves. And that could be something that you are totally unable to help them with. It might have to be their own journey. It sucks, but it might have to be, you know? But I also feel like the more you think positively, if you resonate with the twin flame journey, then you know that you mirror each other. So the more positive roots you can plant within your head, the better it's going to help your partner too. One more shuffle. Yeah, I feel like there is a heartbreak, or there's going to be a heartbreak over, like I'm just feeling like a sassiness with these two cards. The Queen of Wands, she's very like fiery, dynamic, and then the Queen of Swords, like reverse, she can be a bit of a bitch. So I feel like this is like being too like, oh no honey, you should call me first thing every morning, tell me I'm beautiful. If you can't do that, you ain't love me. Bye. You know, like I feel like there's like an impulse to go off on this person, and so that might be what pulls the roots out. But I would honestly advise against it, because I do feel like this person's really vulnerable at this time, and needs to build those roots within themselves. And you guys will get to this conflict. You will talk it out. You will have answers. But like giving them space, I feel like, is what is advised here. Let me know if that resonates. I love you very much. Remember though, there's good things on the horizon, okay? So you guys will get past this. Positive thinking if you mirror each other. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye. Pile number 5 with the Galaxy Magnet. We have Wonder. Excuse me one sec. Ah, thank you. Had to get a glass of water. It's funny because Kayla got me this, and she's a little cinephile, little movie buff, so we have Wonder here, and it's like being in a 3D movie theater. We also have Isaiah. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. So I feel like you might see something on TV or go to the movies and be inspired to inspired with a new idea, inspire with like a new start on life. This could also be talk about a pregnancy. So some of you could be starting a pregnancy and you're sort of wondering, like, what is this baby going to be like? We have treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. And we see in her hands, it's a mother reading a book to her child. So you could very well be pregnant because we have 2 mother-child things. Let's get some clarification from Spirit. Wonder. New ideas. Treasure your loved ones. Wonder, Isaiah, treasure your loved ones. For some of you, this is for a small few of you, but for some of you, if you are if you took someone for granted, then this is you like wondering what a new start would be like with them. Or if you were taken for granted, then this could be like them wondering about a new start with you. Okay, sorry for the long shuffle, guys. Knight of Pentacles, because I was taking forever. Queen of Pentacles and 4 of Cups reversed. So let me think about this, guys. When I see treasure, we are talking about Knight and Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles can be about coin. So treasure and coin. The storyline where there was someone who took someone else for granted, I feel like they are slowly coming in with this Knight of Pentacles because they see the other person's worth. Someone who was rejected in the past is now like, there's a going back on that rejection. Is there anything else? There is like more mother-daughter things here. The Queen of Pentacles can talk about pregnancy. Maybe there was a pregnancy involved, or this guy wants to knock you up, girl. Okay, let's get 3 cards. One more. We have the Nine of Wands reversed, the Three of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. I'm a little perplexed by this reading, y'all. Bear with me. Letting go of burdens and waiting for the right timing. Squish and flick. Okay, so I feel like this person, they might have taken you for granted because they took themselves for granted. They sold themselves short. They didn't really love themselves. And so I feel like right now they are learning self-love, self-care. And as a result, they are seeing your worth more, right? They are like connecting more emotionally with you because they're finally connecting more emotionally with themselves. And they are letting go of a lot of burdens in their lives. This could be, they might be like aggressively paying off debt, or like it could be like letting go of past hurts, past relationships, you know, old baggage, stuff like that. And I feel like they are plotting, planning, dreaming, but not really in an action state right now, because I feel like there's still some emotional work they need to do to get to the King of Cups. I feel like they're also seeing you as the Queen of Cups, but it's like they need to level up in their emotional maturity, and because they want to be like Big Papa, you know, they want to be like the Big Daddy provider for you, you know, they want to be like the right guy. So they're just wondering they're just wondering what it would be like, but yeah, I feel like there is growth there. Let me know if that resonated. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Okay, y'all, on to pile number 6. Pile number 6 with the Hello Kitty. We have communication, like it, Fiona. Now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. We have Archangel Michael. I am with you, giving you the courage to make life's changes that will help, that will help you work on your divine life purpose. So that talks about courage, bravery. We say, and this card says, love makes the difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provides a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. I'm being drawn to this sort of, what do they call it? It's not a record player. It's like the old-timey ones. Metronome? Something like that. But it's like music. Maybe you'll get messages through music. I'm feeling this is probably the group that wants to hear about the twin flame stuff because we have communication, courage, being receptive to, you know, your wishes and desires, and then love makes a difference. It's kind of like the twin flame journey is about being in mission. It's about being called to a purpose. Here, Archangel Michael is saying, I'm giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. So when we talk about twin flames on the twin flame journey and the twin flame experience, this isn't like a fairy tale romance. I mean, there are like, it is beautiful, right? But it's not without its challenges. And one of the challenges is that you do have to go through like a tidal wave of these emotions. You have to purge a lot of baggage, a lot of karmic stuff that was carried on from, you know, your parents, and you might have carried it to your child. And so it's about correcting those mistakes and sort of like charting a new course in love and relationships and connecting with other humans on earth through this human experience, right? And so it's being in mission to excuse me, excuse me, communicate that with others. So you are basically a channel from the divine into, oh, it has butterflies over here too, like coming out of the record player trumpet thing. Is it a French horn? I don't know. Maybe it's a French horn. But it's like you are meant to transform, hence the butterflies, transform love and how the world sees love through your mouth, through your communication. And so, you know, part of, I'm hearing like divine masculine. So part of the divine masculine's journey throughout this is to get that courage to communicate as well, right? So, but you also have to be brave and like speak things into existence. This says, now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. So I think this might be like, you have done all your homework, you have done all your vision boards and your manifestations, and now's the time to hand the keys over to the universe so that they can, you know, work behind the scenes to sort everything out. But also, I feel like you're being called to make a lot of decisions. We have the Two of Swords here, but you're being called to make a lot of decisions that might be challenging, might be really hard. As I said, there's like tumultuous waters here, so a lot of emotions, a lot of stuff you have to purge, a lot of emotional baggage from past relationships, from all kinds of stuff, life experiences. But Archangel Michael is calling on you to face those fears with courage, and it doesn't mean that you aren't afraid of the changes that need to be made, but it means that you know that God has got your back through this journey, and that you'll come out okay on the other side, right? Even if you don't know what that other side looks like. Okay, let's get some more cards. So communication could be on its way, and it might have been feeling like, when is it ever going to happen? When are they going to communicate? But it may, that might be like stalling the process, because it's like putting pressure on your angels, on your spirit guides, on your like soul tribe, right? So you're putting pressure energetically on the energies that are working behind the scenes to give you all you want, and that creates like more stagnancy in the situation. But if you just like let it flow and trust that they have it like for you, right? It's like you've placed an order, they're taking care of the order. If you just like trust, like they're gonna give me a phenomenal meal at the end of all this, and I can just relax because this is a nice restaurant, right? So this is about like receptivity and receiving those things. I also want to mention, because we have communication, this is Hello Kitty. Hello, hello. So it might actually be like a phone call, because we do have this like megaphone, right? So actual like sound vibrations, right? Like not a text, but a phone call. In a world where all you get is text, one man reaches out through the sound waves. Sorry, I'm being goofy. Let's get back to you. Let's get back to you. One more shuffle. We have the Hierophant reversed, and we have the Moon reversed. So I feel like whoever is reaching out, they may be communicating that like a marriage is over. If you were in a third party situation, they may indicate like that's done right now, or that's done now. And so it's like they're coming clean from what was once hidden. We have the Moon reversed. So the moon is like kind of fears, depression, scary things that go bump in the night, and it's like scary things that go bump in your head at night, right? Like, are they seeing someone else? Is he ever gonna leave his wife? Blah, 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 blah. So all the, whoa, judgment, yeah. I knew it! I knew it! Oh my gosh, I felt judgment vibes with this trumpet because we have 2 trumpets here. I had a feeling. I had a feeling I was going to get the judgment card, and I did. Okay, so, yeah, I feel like they are going to drop unnecessary things that they've been juggling. Like, I feel like they have had this awakening, right? The judgment card is about an awakening. It's about an epiphany, leveling up, enlightenment. But they've had this awakening that, like, the stuff they have been focusing on is so trivial. Like, I just, like, get this vibe with this 2 of Pentacles that, like, oh my God, like, I really was tripping about that. Like, why? And so, I also feel like there may, if they weren't married, if you weren't in a third-party situation, this may be residual feelings of a past marriage. So they may have been divorced and they're still processing that divorce. My mom and my grandmother, they were both divorced, but they had a rule that said you shouldn't get serious with anyone until 5 years after your divorce, because that's how long it takes to process. I don't know if that's true or not. I've never been married, never been divorced, but if you have been divorced, let me know if that's a good rule and pass it along. But, you know, the point is that if this person was divorced and it wasn't a third-party situation, then they hadn't fully grieved that loss, that separation, right? Because whenever you marry, like, it's a level up for sure from just partnerships, right? Because you're combining families, like, it gets, like, legal, and you're, like, contractually bound and stuff. So it's a big deal. So to have that loss, and they might have met you at a time where they hadn't fully processed that loss like they needed to, and so maybe they step back from you to go through that grieving process, and it looks like a lot of grieving has taken place, but, like, to a point where they've reached a point of acceptance and a knowing that they have they have options. Like, not everything is hopeless, right? So, like, they can choose to be happy, basically. And this energy is like an epiphany too, right? So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Taurus, but any sign, you know, works. It's just, what was I saying? Epiphany, yes. So the Tower is an epiphany. Judgment is an epiphany. Like, I feel like it's just this, like, instant, like, level up where it's like, oh my God, I have been, like, focusing on the wrong things, and this marriage is, like, totally over. This relationship is totally over. Those fears are totally gone. Like, I feel like it happens for them overnight. And what do we have here? We have death reverse. So they may have been so resistant to change. Like, I feel like they were so slow in this change. And you were like, when will you see it? Let's just move on. And I feel like maybe you were higher in your spiritual ascension than they may have been. And so it's just taken them time to sort of catch up. And, like, it's going to hit them really quick. But they've been getting these downloads too. And, like, if you are twin flames, then you do mirror each other. So each level up you've had and each ascension you've reached, they've reached some level of ascension too, right? Because you guys, like, boost each other. So, yeah, I feel like it's going to happen really suddenly for them, and they're just going to totally, finally realize it, right? Finally get it. It finally clicks for them. Anyway, I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if that resonated. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye. Pile number 7. Pile number 7 to me. Pink agate. We have ultimate potential. Oceana. Oceana says, take action. You're in touch with your truth, in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Okay. And we have like attracts like. If you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. So let me see. Spirit, could you give us some clarification on ultimate potential, Oceana, and like attracts like, please? For the pink agate. I feel like you might be being a little more subservient than you actually need to be. Like, you need to be a little more, as they say, assertive, like stand up for yourself. I feel like you might be like putting on headphones like la 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 la, I'm not listening. And then like with this card we have a little girl who's playing with a doll, and so it makes me feel like distracting yourself from a problem that you don't want to face. So like taking action, needing to be assertive. It's like conflict avoidance, I feel. We have the Star, Aquarius energy. The Star is a card about healing. The Star is a card about wishes. But let's see. Destiny. Whoa, whoa. We have the Ten of Swords reversed. So that is, I feel like you might be like light years beyond the people around you. Like you may be more progressive, innovative, just like more intuitive and more in touch. Maybe that's why you're like conflict avoidant, because it's like, why even bother with these people, you know? But like, I feel like very ahead of your time with this Aquarius energy. And then with the Ten of Swords reversed, that's a card for me about like synthesizing wisdom. And I just thought about like the water bearer, and then there's this Oceana card. And I thought about like the water bearer, like the humanitarian giving water to the earth, and like teaching irrigation systems that humans didn't know, like the star seed on earth, this like different type of person, right? We have the Page of Swords. So yeah, I feel like there is some, excuse me, a little bit of passive aggressiveness because of this conflict avoidance. It's like it clearly still bothers you, but avoiding it doesn't really solve the issue. So or maybe you're dealing with someone who is conflict avoidant and acting a little passive aggressive, but like you could have, because this is Page of Swords, so that's Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy as well. Lots of air energy. So you might have a child who's ahead of their time, and they can be a bit passive aggressive and avoidant, but they're like brilliant, you know? They're like light years beyond us. But maybe there needs to be like you putting your foot down about something, be assertive, right? Like you know your truth. Let's see. We have the Two of Cups reversed, so this could be Wheel of Fortune reversed. Two wanted to come out. Oh my gosh, the Two of Pentacles is coming out in a lot of readings. Okay. So I feel like if you are dealing with a child who's like this, you might have recently gotten a divorce. We have the Two of Cups reversed, the Hierophant reversed, and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So it's just like bad luck or whatever. And then we also have the Two of Pentacles. So that's like custody battles, juggling, you know, like figuring out like where the kid goes. I think there was another pile that was like that, which is weird because I wasn't intending to bring those subjects in, but Spirit just gives you what it wants, doesn't it? So that's for if you have a child who's acting out. If you resonated more with the conflict avoidance, I feel like this might be knowing that a relationship is over, knowing that a marriage is over, but not doing anything about it because you're worried about, you know, how will I deal without a second income? And again, with children, if children are involved, because there is like childlike energy over here. Who gets the kids? You know, how much child support am I going to have? Stuff like that. But I feel like, again, there is this conflict avoidance, and there needs to be assertiveness to address this problem, because like snapping behind the scenes, right? Like being snappy, trying to like put on a show in front of like, and like behind you is this wave of emotion, right? So avoiding the problem doesn't actually do any good. Let me know if that resonated. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye. Pile number 8 with the heart. We have manifestation. Shanty, I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. And we have spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Ooh, I like it. So, you may be connecting with someone through the astral realm. This could be a twin flame soulmate if you resonate with that. You could be having dreams about this person. They could be having dreams about you, and you guys can connect whenever you are physically separated. There's only physical separation, but the emotional and spiritual connection, there's no distance, right? There's no separation. And this, to me, is talking about how the things that are swirling around in our head, like, they have a funny way of creating the matrix before us, right? But it's hard to hang on to those visions of love, those visions of what we want for ourselves, because we are addicted to, excuse me, we're addicted to instant gratification. So we want it right now. But like, there is a whole like orchestrated team behind the scenes who are like hammering away at your at what you see in your head, right? Like, they're making it like perfect for us on the other side, but it's just we can't see it yet, right? So we may not be able to sense these manifestations on the 3D plane just yet, but we can definitely feel them in the 5D. So this card Shanty is encouraging us to be at peace and be like super chill, because we like know in our hearts that things are going to get better, that there's a smoother road ahead. I also want to point out that this is a lion with a lamb. So this talks about like the sort of like the gentleness of a lamb in the face of a scary lion, right? So it may look like things are, you know, scary, but we can have the like trust and peace of this lamb. And there might have been a lot of competitions. There might have been a lot of like ego battles. And I'm feeling like this might be people around you doubting the connection. And so that sort of throws us off our game too, right? Whenever they're like, oh, well, he didn't call every morning, so he must not love you, or something like that, right? It's important to recognize that those are their own issues, right? But it does take up competition in your head, because you might have all the affirmations down. You might like wake up in the morning, journal, you know, meditate, try to like get your best self, and then, you know, a friend says something silly that like throws you off your game, right? And so you might be competing with other people's ideals of love, and their projections of that onto you. Could even be like your mom or, you know, family, something like that. Couple more shuffles. And it's so hard explaining the twin flame journey to other people. Like, I get it. Like, you're not supposed to be like the rule, right? You're the exception. So like this is trusting you to like have faith in this journey, and it's the hardest thing. And I see like journey with this like road down to each other. It's like they have a road from her head to his head, and it's like this history, this like long like intertwined connection, you know, that has a history, has a past. And it's just, it can be hard to explain to people who want like cut and dry dating answers, right? Like dump him, leave him, get back with him, call him, you know, wear sexy pictures online, flirt with his friends. I don't know. But there could be a lot of these like old ass rules that are competing for your new vision, right? Because you are creating a whole new vision, a whole new matrix, a whole new manifestation of what you want your life to be. And there may be competing interests around that have a totally different matrix than yours, but their matrix is tired and worn out, and yours is new and progressive and of the future, and they need to get with the program. We also have the High Priestess reverse. So yes, this is telling me that your intuition is being tested. So there needs to be more trust that like you have the best vision for yourself, and any vision that someone else has is their own ish. We also have the Two of Pentacles. Man, the Two of Pentacles is like haunting me today. So yeah, I think there's this, there's this juggling of what others expect versus what you like actually want for yourself, right? What's expected in society, and just like all sorts of roles. I can't even tell you. But let's see, we have, I'm not going to take all these, I'm going to put them back in the deck, but I just wanted to go over them. We have the Lovers reverse, the Magician reverse, Seven of Pentacles, the Tower, Seven of Swords, and the Four of Swords. So this tells me that your ideal of love is tested because you might not believe that it's possible, just because of all this like chatter around you. And you might have waited a long time, and so like frustrated, you know, just like frustrated, like waiting, right? Like waiting for the right person, waiting for the right match, and then boom, you have the right match, but then something's off. Something like didn't work out, like it kind of slipped through your fingers, right? But now you're in a place of rest. Now you're in a place of mulling it over, thinking it over. But what this Two of Pentacles is telling me is that you're kind of in between worlds of the 3D world of the same old rules that, you know, we have in dating, and, you know, what your family expects, what your friends expect, versus the world you want for yourself and that you believe is possible. But they're kind of like shaking that faith because they're just, the noise is making you doubt. One more shuffle. We have the Hermit reversed, we have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Seven of Wands. So I feel like for some of you, for this pile in particular, I feel like, and I can totally relate to this, but I feel like you may have people around you who think if you want to share your life with someone, then you're not a strong person, right? They may be like overly independent, and I love like independence, but when it's the Hermit reverse, that's like isolation, right? And so you may have people around you who try to convince you like, just be, you know, a cold island made of stone and don't care about their opinions, and you know, he doesn't deserve you, blah, 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 blah. But not realizing like they're not acknowledging our human need for love, right? And some might even call you like codependent, but I don't feel like there's codependency in this. I feel like this is realizing that like you want to share the burdens and the blessings with someone in your life, and friends can only take you to a certain point. And I say that because the Ace of Cups is such a joyful card. It's like you just want like a partner, right? A match, an equal. And it's not really about like, I can't live without this person, they're my other half. And it's not about any of that. It's about like, we were put on this earth for a reason, right? With this matrix and this manifestation, it's like we were put in this 3D human body on earth to experience 3D human body earthly things, right? And part of being a human is needing that connection in another human. Part of being a human is needing cuddles, is needing sex, is needing someone to take out the trash when you, do the dishes. Part of being a human is, needing someone to tell you how your day was or ask you how your day was. And so to pretend that, we can just fully function by ourselves is ridiculous. And again, it's like their own issues to work through, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you are needy or codependent. It just means that you recognize your human need for love. All humans need love. All humans deserve love, and you're not crazy for wanting that for yourself. And so I feel like with this 7 of Wands, this is saying something like, it's like, I feel like you're dropping the need to fight because you might be really focused on this peace right now, right? Because you know that this noise blocks your inner peace and blocks your ability to create these manifestations, to create your own matrix. So I feel like you aren't even arguing with them anymore. You might not even be telling them your business anymore, but I feel like you're doing a good job at cultivating, this new love, this new like bubbling up of joy, and focusing on what you want your matrix to be. And I'm proud of you. I love you. Let me know if that resonated. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Alrighty, pile number 9 with a butterfly. We have letting go. Rochelle, as you honor and follow your guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. We also have a romance. Ooh, lavish the one you love with your personal, lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. Okay, so I feel like in this pile, you got some new love coming in. I feel like you need to let go of like a past person, and then new love is going to come in for you. Hold up one sec. I feel like there's a character. It could be you, but I feel like there might be someone else who you're sort of letting it shake your ego, I feel like. But this person is the Queen of Staves. Whenever she's reversed, she's kind of like someone who's lost, like has a bad reputation, right? Sort of like lost their integrity. So I feel like there's someone around you who is kind of a like bold, for lack of a better word, slutty sort of figure. She might also cause a lot of chaos, a lot of drama, and she gets under your skin in a lot of ways. And I feel like you've been very patient with this person, but she's kind of like the thorn in your side. She may even be, like she might like this new person, I feel like there's a new romance, underway. Oh my gosh, the 2 of Pentacles. It's haunting me. I feel like she's gonna throw you off your game and say something about this new person. And I would caution you to be more, like, don't show all your cards. The Queen of Swords is kind of like you see, she looks kind of like stone-faced, like, come on. She's like waving her hand like, come on, you speak first, right? So I wouldn't like spill the beans to this like dramatic sort of person. I would let her talk, but I feel like when she talks, she's going to give you some sort of gossip that isn't true about your new partner. Wow, piece of work there. Avoid this person if you can. But I do feel like if you just focus on this new romance, then it'll be very prosperous. It'll be very like lucky, and I think you guys will be like very abundant together. This guy might even be like wealthy, or woman, you know, woman might be wealthy, whatever you like to date. But the only two obstacles, also this drama queen, she might say something about your ex that like keeps you hanging on to him and like stuck, not being able to move on. Yeah, let me know if that resonated. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. Okay, my seashell. We have peacefulness, mystique. Keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. And we have honesty is essential. To be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving way. You may have been dealing with a dishonest person, but I feel like for some of you, you might be saying stuff like, oh, it's over between us. It's never going to happen between us. But like deep down, you want it. You want it. It's in your heart. So when it says honesty is essential, it says to be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. So I feel like that doesn't necessarily mean to that person. I feel like it means like speak lovingly to other people, right? We have the High Priestess reverse, so this is like not listening to that inner guidance, right? Not listening to that inner wisdom, that like voice in the dark that like tells you that you still want to be with them. Let's get some more clarification. Pisces energy. One more shuffle. We have the Devil reversed, and we have the Hierophant reversed. I feel like you might have to be honest with yourself about your fears surrounding relationships, but also your ideals regarding relationships, in that they may be unconventional to traditional marriage, and you may have to speak up about that or be more upfront about that. If you're not resonating with that, this could be your person. I also feel like for some of you, you may have commitment issues because of past, you may have been divorced in the past. You may be divorced right now, sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. But the divorce makes you sort of put up this front that doesn't lend itself to complete honesty. You know what I mean? Okay, let's clarify. Spirit, 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 could you give me clarification? We also have Capricorn and Taurus. Could be you or someone you're dealing with. One more shuffle. So yeah, I feel like part of this putting up a front, I see this with the Two of Pentacles, who has been in every single pile, I think. But I see with this Two of Pentacles, this is someone juggling when there's like a storm behind them, right? Like trying to avoid the emotions behind them. So I feel like once you're honest about your feelings and like drop the facade, drop the like Joker act, then you stand a chance of something real, something connected, something true, and something divinely orchestrated. Could also be dealing with a Gemini. But you know, you just need to like drop the pretenses. I feel like also there might be a struggle about self-worth. There might be a struggle about if you deserve your heart's desire, and you most certainly do. With this peacefulness, we see a caravan that looks like a heart. So this is making me feel like home is where the heart is, right? It's like someone made a home out of this caravan, and like there's probably a lot of adventure, right? There's probably like, you never know where you'll end up. This like gypsy wagon going across the country, and you never know what sort of adventure you'll encounter, but you're always safe within that home, within that caravan, within that heart, right? And I feel like the more you sort of like think about like nesting, you know, like making like a house a home. The Queen of Pentacles is this very like crafty, like motherly, homey sort of person, right? She cooks good meals. She knows how to sew, knows how to upholster, garden, all that jazz, right? Domestic goddess type of person. So if you think about like nesting within your heart, like making your heart feel like home, this is like nurturing the things within your feelings that make you feel safe and comfortable and cozy, right? So yeah, just get real with yourself about how you really feel. And if this isn't you getting real with yourself, then this is your counterpart getting real with his or herself. But let me tell you, oftentimes we do mirror each other. So you know, this could be both of your energies, especially because this Two of Pentacles has been showing up. This is making me think, like, a lot of these readings have been, like, mirroring energy. Anyway, let me know if that resonated. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. And, guys, if you want to watch pile number 11, you'll have to go to my Patreon for just $2 a month. You can get little goodies like this one. And if this is where I leave you, then I'm sorry you don't get to see what's underneath door number 11. But I had a great time reading for the 10 piles, and it's always a pleasure. Love you guys. Bye.